Hey there, good morning and welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back here on day 30 of our July series, those great bands with two or more lead vocalists. Basically that just means that I wanted to do something to honor the great vocalists in rock history. That was my original thought. But I wanted it to not be just those individual vocals who we all know and we've done many of. I wanted to do something for bands who have a couple of really good vocalists in their band and should be recognized. You know, those bands that do those dual vocals or have three, and then maybe they'll have 4 or 5 guys in the band singing. Maybe the whole band sings, right? So I didn't want it to be about a band with one great guy and then some guy who does a song once in a while, so I throw that in there, and that's not really what this is meant for. Excuse me. So today I've chosen a band who I've long loved, and I think they have 4 fantastic vocalists. And yes, we're talking about these guys, Kiss. This is their original album. The makeup was a little bit different back then for everybody, pretty much. They're all different, but it's the same foursome. This is their debut album, and all 4 of them sing, but not on this album. Only the 3 sing on this album. The other one, Ace Frehley, he doesn't sing until they get to Love Gun, and then he starts singing after that. But we're going to do all 4 of them anyways. And we'll start actually with talking about Ace Frehley first, because he was the guy who did the least amount of vocals with the band. However, he did start doing quite a bit of vocals later on as the group got more famous. 3 on the Dynasty, and I think 3 on I think 3 on Unmasked as well, and he may even have done some, I'm pretty sure he did some stuff on The Elder. I can't remember. I had The Elder as an album years and years and years ago, but never as a CD. So anyways, Ace Frehley's voice, he's got a very kind of, you can tell he's a New Yorker, the accent's there, but he's got a very kind of up-tempo voice. It kind of sounds like a kind of a singing talk, if you want to call it that. Probably could have been a good rapper, I think. Anyways, he's got a really interesting voice, and it's over the years it's become a voice I like quite a bit. I really like his debut solo album with the band, which I think was fantastic. Probably surprised a lot of them about how good he was writing music, playing music, and singing all the vocals on the album. Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic, I think, as they all are. I think this is one of the bands out there who have 5 or 4 really solid vocalists. So yeah, I'm thinking Ace Frehley for me would come in, if you were ranking the 4 of them here, he would probably come in 4th, but not because of his vocals, just because of the amount of singing he actually did. The other 3 I'm not really going to rate them. I'm not really rating them anyways. I just chose him first because he had done the least vocals of the group of them. So I'll just do them in the order across. So we'll start with Gene next. So Gene Simmons has that kind of harsh voice. Very distinguishable voice. Definitely a metal type voice, I think. Early on I really liked his voice a lot. I thought he was the one that made them, that hard stuff made them stronger with that voice. And he sang a lot of the more kind of, let's say, just questionable sexual orientation songs. Yeah, lots of that. He did a lot of that early on, and he's got a great voice. Not so much now. He sounds more like Grandpa than he does like Gene Simmons. Anyways, he's, very distinguishable in a lot of ways. His character, his vocals, his personality, all of that, very out there. Okay, then we'll do Peter. Peter's there. So Peter Criss has maybe the best voice in this band for all kinds of different things. He's got a kind of very kind of raspy voice that lends itself very well to any kind of blues singing, or any kind of trying to grasp that bluesy sound. All of his songs are like that, really catchy voice. He not only does he have probably the best voice in the band, he probably has one of the best voices in rock. It kind of reminds me a bit, and you've heard this before, he does sound a little bit like Wilson Pickett. But so good. Such a voice like that, just like a smoker's voice almost, but just so good, so fantastic, and sings some of the great songs that he sings with that voice. Black Diamond, yeah, just such a cool song. Nothing to Lose, where he does a kind of a duet with Gene Simmons. And then of course you have none other than Paul Stanley here. Now, Paul Stanley has the smoothest of all the voices. His voice isn't necessarily a hard rock voice. He just has a very powerful voice. And maybe the most operatic of the four might be the best way to put his voice. He can do ranges far beyond any of the others, I think. He's got a real powerful voice. It's smooth as hell. You know it's him right away because it's very powerful. And he sings he sings a lot of the big hits, Yes, him and Gene, Gene does do Rock and Roll All Night, Party Every Day, but, definitely Paul is right in there with that strong, strong voice. He often, in the live sets especially, I find myself liking him singing the most. He really adds a different element to the music when it's live that the others seem to just carry from the album right to the live set. They all sound a little bit better, but he sounds much better on the live stuff, I think. Not only that, he's he's the leader for sure, but he's also kind of maybe the front man for the band as well. Anyways, great vocal. I really like the way he does his singing. It's such a fantastic voice. At least it was. I don't know if it is anymore. The other thing about this band too is that part of the reason why they rank so higher with me in the standings than a lot of them is because I love to sing all their voices. I do a pretty good imitation of all of them too. My mother says, "Wow, you sound like him. You sound like him." Today I sound like crap because my voice is all cracky. But anyways, he's really good. These are really good. I love them. I love their vocals. I don't care about the other stuff. It doesn't matter. But vocally, they're one of the best rock bands out there ever, I think. So there you have it. For day number 30 on those great rock vocalists, those great bands with dual vocalists or more, in this case 4, you have Kiss today. So please make your comments below and subscribe and like. It's much appreciated. We will be back with the number 1 band tomorrow, and it shouldn't really come as any surprise who they're going to be, but it might. Okay, take care and have a good one. Bye.